Wing Nation, MRN at the Racing Electronics display. Steve Post here, and let's talk a little sprint car racing. Logan Schuchart joins us. Hey man, how are you?
I'm great, Steve. Thanks for having me.
All right, we're going off. We're not going to talk sprint cars. You recently got engaged. How did you do that? What was the whole process to get engaged?
Yeah, well, poor Summer had to wait 6 years for me to finally ask her. So, no, very, very happy. I got to surprise her really good. So she was totally surprised, had no idea. So it was great. Long time coming. She's a great girl, and we're very excited.
How'd you surprise her? How'd you pull this off?
Well, so my original plan was, we're building a shop house right now, and I thought, well, when that gets built, I could kind of do it there, but that's gotten pushed back a lot later than what we anticipated. So she loves Christmas. She always has. She loves this time of the year. So we went to get Christmas photos at a Christmas tree farm, pick out a Christmas tree, and it was great. Nobody was there. We were the only ones there. My sister was taking photos for us, and she kind of helped me set her up, and turned out great. She was totally shocked, surprised, had no idea.
You answered my other question. I always wonder how we get these photos of this thing. So you were going for a photo shoot. That is really, really cool. Well, congratulations on that. The rest of the off season, what you been up to? How's things been on the off season?
It's good. It's very, very busy. I got a great group of guys that work very hard. Bill Klingbeil over here, he's 100 mile an hour all the time. Basically since the drop of the checkered flag at Charlotte, these guys haven't taken a break. So, Lonnie Judy is not going to go on the road with us next year, but he's still helping out in the shop. And Brendan Collins been working hard back there, and we're bringing in some new help with Kyle Pruitt. So. There's a lot, like I said, a lot going on. We're changing our cars around. We're not, with the Outlaws rule changes with our bar on the left side. I think, my car is one of the only ones that is now illegal. So we have to change that, and creates a good bit of work. And same with the chasm system that we run for safety, which is, great. And I want to make sure that we have it in our race cars. But a lot going on. We're actually switching trailers this off season. So like I said, yeah, a lot going on. Guys are staying very busy, but we'll be ready to hit the track in Volusia.
Off season just doesn't sound like an off time, that's for sure. This year the Shark Racing team went in two different directions. How did that work? What was that like with Jacob running some high limit races and kind of going a little pick and choose, and you doing the World of Outlaw Tour? How did that work?
It's definitely different for us. It's weird not having Jacob and my grandfather, at the racetrack with us. Jake and I have talked about it recently, how much different it was for us. And, he's going to do something a little bit different this year, kind of run maybe more like a true outlaw schedule. So maybe we'll see him a little bit more. And but it's definitely different. Is a learning season. Just being with my guys out on the road, and not having somebody to bank ideas off of at the racetrack with Jacob and my grandfather. So it's definitely a learning period, and definitely a lot different. And but that's life. Things change. It's how it goes, and we have to overcome and adapt to the situation. And whether it hurt us or helped us, who knows? I mean, we see with the stats, our stats for last season, it showed that we, had a little bit of a down year, struggled a little bit, but we're also very consistent as far as top 10. So I think we just need to qualify better, and we need to get ourselves better at the beginning of the night, put ourselves in a better spot, and then kind of capitalize on that better starting spot.
All right, I want to go back off the track before we cut you loose here. I see you're doing cold plunges. Okay, why? What does that do for you?
I was talking to you a little bit beforehand about running and all that stuff and staying fit, and I follow a lot of guys online, health gurus of Gary Brecka and Andrew Huberman, all these guys I learned from on Joe Rogan and that, and they all say it's a good thing. So, I mean, it sucks while you're doing it, but when you get out, you feel like you drank 10 cups of coffee. And if you're somebody that does take your athleticism seriously and works out a lot, it helps with muscle soreness and your sleep schedule and all that stuff. I feel like I got one of these fancy watches that tracks your sleep and all that stuff, and when you do it, you get I feel like I always get a a score, you got to try and beat it. And you know, when you're doing the cold plunges, I feel like I'm getting the 90s, so I'm getting A+ sleep. So it's definitely, it seems like it's good for you.
All right. I said here when I asked the question, I thought you were crazy, but I've become a sleep guru. Richard Marshall actually is the one that's preached to me about sleep, and I score my sleeps the same way. And you may have actually hit something where I think about this now because it's now talking my language. Really, really cool. I always appreciate the time. Appreciate your dedication to your sport, to yourself, and appreciate the time. And I wish you well next year.
Hey, thank you. Same for you, Steve. I've gotten to do many interviews with you. I think you guys do a great job, and it's always great to get a chance to talk to you.
Logan Schuchart here on Wing Nation from the Racing Electronics display here at PRI.